Well, good afternoon, everyone. Hi. My name is Joe Inatinsky, and I'm from a company called Ruvna. At Ruvna, we provide real-time school safety communication for K-12 schools throughout the country. But before we get into exactly what Ruvna is and how it works and all of that good stuff, I want to talk for just a couple of moments about the state of school safety in the United States today. So quite tragically, in some events pretty recently that we've all heard about, there have been unfortunately over 200 school shootings in the United States since 2013. If we look at how schools respond to something like a school shooting or a bomb threat, an intruder, schools go into a lockdown protocol. School lockdown protocols look virtually the same across the board. We're putting students in the corner of a classroom, the lights shut off, the doors lock, but that's about it. The school goes radio silent. So you imagine as a teacher during something like a school lockdown, if you notice that one of your students is missing, let's say, you have no idea whether that student is in the bathroom, safe with another teacher, or in danger, in need of attention. And even worse, you have no tools to communicate any information about this missing student or any extra students you've picked up, any students you have that have medical conditions. You have no tools to communicate this information up to the administration, the first responders, the law enforcement. Again, the school's going pretty much radio silent here. If we look at something a little less tragic, the same communication breakdown occurs during our monthly school fire drills. There are about 6,000 school fires annually in the United States, so schools have to do fire drills once a month, and it's the same communication breakdown that occurs. And what we can see there is every month, many schools are able to get out of the building in 2 or 3 minutes, yet their monthly fire drills still take 25, 30, 35 minutes in a lot of cases because it takes so much time once we're out of the building to figure out, is everyone here? Is anyone missing? Is anyone caught in the building? That communication problem is just as massive there. So this actually has some really important and dangerous effects for the school and their community. Number one, as a parent, when you deliver your child to school, one of the base assumptions that you have is that the school knows where your kid is and knows if they're safe or if they need help. When we don't know that information, of course, there are some effects like a loss of instruction time during drills to, find where all the students are, but it also creates a very strained and challenging relationship between the schools and the families when the families want to know where their students are and the school's not able to provide that information. So that's exactly what we do here at Ruvna. At Ruvna, we enable fluid, real-time communication in times of crisis so that we can ensure the safety of the student body and the school community as a whole. Let's look at how we do that. So essentially, we replace the paper and clipboard rosters that teachers use today during times of crisis to account for their students with a really easy, intuitive digital roster. So all of the teachers identify all of the students that are safe and accounted for right within Ruvna, and in real time, all of the staff's data is being aggregated and shown live to your administration. So administrators get this really powerful live bird's eye view of exactly what's going on inside the school. They're getting a live look at exactly which students are safe, exactly which students haven't been checked in yet, who's missing, injured, or requires medical attention. They're also following along with faculty to see which staff are here and safe, which staff haven't been found yet, and which staff members are checking in which students. And all of this, by the way, is being calculated just by teachers taking roll. So we're not adding any steps to the current emergency process. We're really just cutting out all of the middle steps that occur between a teacher knowing what's going on in their classroom and the school knowing that information as a whole. And because of that, we're able to take that 35-minute fire drill and turn it into a 5-minute fire drill. Very, very massive and drastic time savings. If we look at the critical value that this provides to the school, first and foremost, it's fluid communication. During times of crisis, that's when we want the most communication happening between the faculty, not the least. So Ruvna has things like staff-wide notifications, panic signals, group-wide messaging built right in. Number two is complete accountability. We're letting the school know exactly where all of the students and staff are, who's safe and who needs help. And number three, we're getting them that information faster than ever before. We're taking accountability to a whole new level here at Ruvna. So if we look at our platform and how we're getting this into schools and how we're growing very, very quickly, we price very intentionally to be right below that RFP threshold at about $4 to $7 per student per year. At that price point, we close most of our deals, more than half of our schools, in less than 60 days. For ed tech, of course, that's an extremely fast sales cycle. but still at that very low or very accessible price point and very short deal times, we're still getting 100% staff exposure at all of our schools. Every single school that uses Ruvna, 100% of their staff learn how to use our technology and are exposed to it at least once a month, if not more. So now what we've heard from our schools is Ruvna is so powerful at accounting for students and staff during the moments that matter most that our schools want to use Ruvna to account for their students and staff during all of the different times throughout the day, and also to use Ruvna to account for everyone that interacts with the school. So later this year, we're releasing a visitor management platform to help a school track comings and goings of visitors, especially during times of crisis. And next year, the biggest request we've gotten from our schools is to actually release full daily attendance, and it actually makes a lot of sense. Right now, schools are trusting Ruvna to account for students in those moments that matter most, and from there to start accounting for students in all of the other times really is a very simple transition upwards. We're also now transitioning from a direct sales model to a distributor-based model, and that way we don't have to raise a bunch of money just to build our own inside sales team. We've partnered with a really amazing and known and trusted distributor in the New York area as our first exclusive distributor. Them alone, in our first year of exclusivity with them, they have a $100,000 of quota for new annually recurring revenue. So the distributor model is going to be huge for getting us nationwide way faster and allowing our team to focus on building and shipping new technology that schools love to use. Awesome, yeah, so schools are spending more money now on safety, security, and accountability than they ever have. It's grown by more than 80% since 2012. When we look at our current market of just our crisis accountability platform, that's about a $300 million a year market. But when we start to encompass the other areas of accountability that we're growing to, that's when the market really does balloon up to over $1 billion per year that schools are spending. So we graduated from the Dream It Accelerator back in spring 2016. We started our sales in that 2016-17 school year. And since that time, we've grown organically this is actually a little bit out of date here, we've grown to over 20,000 students in over 33 schools. And I want to make it clear, we've raised less than $500,000 to date. So all of this growth has been just boots on the ground, schools having a massive need that Ruvna is able to fill. We have some really powerful and amazing partners, and we're working with some of the best schools in the country. We have a really great team, and we're excited to grow. We are currently fundraising, so anyone interested, after this, I'll be demoing downstairs from 4 to 5 o'clock, and I'd love to continue the conversation about how we can make schools safer. Thank you all so much for your time. Have a great day.